is it that you don't want to go non-anon? Is it you are shy, you don't feel comfortable, or some other reason?
Some other reason that I maybe shouldn't say on live.
Sorry, the camera went off for some reason.
It's okay. People can just look at
I
my beautiful silly.
know. I think I know why it went off. I think we might need to end the stream because it will be shutting off all the time unless I would change it. So,
Okay.
or let's go on. I will cut out later the first 5 minutes of the live chat. Sorry for that.
Okay,
So
cool. You want to send me a new link?
now I need to find.
Oh, Don's got the
How to.
multicam set up.
Sorry?
Don's got the multicam set up.
I'm so unprepared. I'm sorry. So what I need to do, I need to find the camera to not turn off because to not shut off.
Oh,
Because it's not recording. So
yeah. When you're using it as a webcam, it thinks it's in idle mode.
yeah, so I don't know how to change it.
Is it a Canon?
Yes, it's Canon. Do you have Canon?
Yeah, I use a T4i as my webcam.
So I'm in the menu, right? And
which exact cam do you have?
Canon 6D Mark II.
Okay, cool.
Oh, what a fail.
Here we go. So try.
Okay, I found auto power off. It's
Cool.
done. I disabled. Well, that wasn't that long. I hope. So
Hello, Joe.
are the Joes coming?
The
Yeah,
Joe is here. Joe, do you love our preparedness and professionalism? Look at Don's armpit.
Sorry, is it very hairy?
No, luckily it was guarded by the t-shirt.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Oh, there we go. There's the sharp Don.
Yeah, it's done. So
Sweet.
finally, there's 3 minutes in. I will be able to Cosmos Joe. He's way more professional than me. It's embarrassing. It's for my own excuse. I just do too much stuff. I have no time to prepare. You know, in like 13 hours, there's another live chat before. But I'm not here to complain. Timmy, so there's other reason why you don't want to go public and you don't want to disclose that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think some people in the ecosystem actually already know. It's not a huge secret, but as I get closer,
is it like the big deal?
Not to anyone in Cosmos. No one would care.
Yeah.
But the tax man might.
Taxman. You're a tax evader.
No, not exactly. But
right.
in that realm of like easier to stay anonymous right now. Nothing bad. But I think it's very, very, very close on the horizon here, a Timmy docs.
Yeah, I should go anon then.
Oh, you're in Hong Kong. You're fine. Maybe. I don't know.
Just need to be in the right place when you tax evader, right? That's the Americans. I spoke. It's your guys. Well, you are in troubles. You're from New York, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, why did I think you're a New Yorker?
I am East Coast, so maybe you just thought like New York time zone. But no, I was born out west, grew up, even farther north than New York, and now I live in the South. So I've been all over the place.
We're in the South, or it's too much of a dogs?
No, it's okay. I'm in South Carolina right now, but I don't think for too much longer. I'm looking to relocate pretty soon, actually.
Yeah. Now I remember when we had the private chat. You told me you're from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Not much good goes on down here.
where you plan to relocate?
I don't know. I'm one of those, assuming I have the flexibility to do so with remote work, remote job, that sort of thing. Very, very open to wherever. I've just been chatting with a few friends, like seeing what's going on. But I don't have like a particular. All I know is I don't want to go more south than this, or any more south. I'm done with the south of the U.S. But other than that, very open.
Why are you done with south of the U.S.? What's wrong with the south of the U.S.?
It's incredibly hard to find a good female who is not a righteous Christian. That's a big part of it.
I don't know.
Guess, yeah, in general,
I see
it's just not really
I
my
see you are
people.
desperate. That's okay. You keep mentioning female. I heard at some point it's actually that it's not nice to say female for some reason. And when I heard it, I started to say woman because I didn't want to get canceled. So I say woman instead of female.
Oh, but see, that'll get you canceled even more. Because, like, what do you mean? Are you talking a biological woman, or like?
I don't fuck around. I don't fuck like I see a
I'm
woman, I say a woman.
I've
Like,
never thought about the word female being
I don't know. I
derogatory.
heard
But
this
my
like rude.
apologies if I offended anyone.
No,
I also
I'm just
apologies if I
asking.
offended any Christians. Just not my thing.
I mean, you are American. You create in all of this culture what is allowed, what's not allowed. So
Don't put that on me, Don. Don't put that on me.
yeah. So females. Yeah, the Christianity in US is very different. I think very. So you're not religious, right?
No, I'm not.
Are you
Yeah,
Muslim?
no.
Why are you laughing?
Well, because you just asked if I was religious. I said no, and then you asked if I was a certain religion.
Well, because you said you hate Christians, I'm trying to find out.
I disapprove of the way many religions work these days. At their core, I have no problem with it. If you believe in a God and you have faith and that helps you like get through life and gives you morals and support, that's awesome. I just don't like it when people lean on religion to be hateful or to discriminate or just to be an asshole, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, I believe we live in a simulation. So I guess in a way, I think there's like a God, whoever built that.
Yeah, I don't believe, but it's about you, so it's okay.
I'll convince you one day, Don, but
that we live
for
in a
another day.
simulation. I just think I hate the saying we live in simulation, but now it seems like the resurfacing of religions. Not sure if you noticed.
Yes.
Like
Well,
when I
it's
was
edgy now. It's edgy now, right? If you want to rebel and go against the grain, you no longer
you,
dye your hair blue or put a piercing in. That's normal. Now you believe in God and you be righteous. And now you're
yeah.
like an edgy.
Yeah,
It's fun.
that's actually the fact, like, and yeah, recently I was debating some religions because like when it happens, somehow I feel maybe I'm sliding some religion because like I kind of went away from religion when I was 16, right?
Mm.
And that was when I was teenage. That was edgy thing, right? Like that was you were like becoming atheist. You would dye hair, as you said, grow long hair as
Yeah.
well. And now it's religion actually. Like you, so it wasn't there then. Like when I was teenage with my friend, we would like really discuss the lack of God, the science and stuff like this. That was edgy back then for us, but now it's different. And
Yeah. Because now that's the default. So if you want to be edgy and go against the grain,
Yeah,
be
it's no,
righteous.
and it's no place for people like us anymore, right?
Maybe that's why we're here on crypto Twitter all day. Maybe this is the last place for us, Don.
I enjoy that. I enjoy, like, I really like, I think I'm able to express myself on the crypto Twitter. There's like completely new subculture. Um but I had some thoughts recently, regarding, like, uh I don't know. I feel like, even if, like, I don't feel close to God, to not say like I don't believe or so, like I still feel curious to, try to seek for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense.
No, it does, and that's respectable. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think religion and God can serve a very important part in a lot of people's lives. I think some people just also use it for negative things, but not everyone. And there's certainly value in like pursuing that within yourself and within your life.
The friend was telling me, I was sorry for having this boring religion conversation. I was talking to friend, and um we're discussing about, he was a little bit annoyed that everyone is becoming religious now because it's just the trend, right? And and he was like, in the, okay, meow, come on the lab. And he was like, hey, the if you would read the Bible, so he said, read the Bible. The Jesus didn't like that, right? Like, let's say, like, I don't know about any other religions, but like, he said, there was some guy, and the Jesus came to him because the guy was like not believing in him, and the Jesus asked him to put the finger into his wounds, right, to see that it's real. And like, when he asked, why you chosen me, it was like, um because you doubt me, right? So it almost feel like you should doubt in life. You shouldn't just believe in trends and be, sorry, it's little off
Yeah.
topic maybe, but
No,
that was,
like skepticism, it's healthy to go through life with a certain level of skepticism, without a doubt.
yeah. So let's go on the topic. You got engaged into a few things recently, but your name is Tendermint Timmy. um and I learned that you are not developer, but yet you, in your name, you have consensus algorithm, which is
Yes.
Tendermint. So how did it come to life? How did Tendermint Timmy came to existence?
Well, that's a good question. I guess I wanted to make my name something obviously like Cosmos themed, but I wanted to cast a wider net. Like, I feel like there will be, and already is, awesome stuff out there that uses Tendermint that doesn't necessarily use the Cosmos SDK. I think the Cosmos SDK is very cool for a lot of reasons, but the golden things that the Cosmos has is IBC and the Tendermint BFT. So I kind of just picked Tendermint Timmy, kind of with, even from the very beginning of this account, the same mindset that I'm now taking for like Interchain Info and Spark, which is just chain agnosticism and like looking beyond the cosmos when I talk about the interchain and stuff. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but like Cadena, for example, even though it's a proof of work chain, it uses something called Cadena Mint, which is basically Tendermint just altered for proof of work. So there's like a lot of stuff out there that isn't core Cosmos that uses our tech. And I guess I just kind of wanted to, like, rather than be like Cosmos Carl or something, I was like, you know what, Tendermint Timmy, because I'm more in it for the core tech rather than Cosmos, which colloquially speaking, if you say Cosmos, people just think Atom.
Yeah, actually, Cosmos is just better for marketing. You mentioned Cadena.
Yes.
It's like super interesting. I looked into Cadena quite early, because it was like, when I got interested in Cosmos, I was just searching for Cosmos projects, and Cadena was one of them. And I found it interesting that it's like proof of work, which is different. And To be honest, now I like proof of work kind of more. So this project seems interesting. I wonder if there is like any development they have. Are you following them closely or no?
Not really, to be honest. I kind of every now and then, because Finn TerraSpaces will record them, I'll like listen to part of a Cadena space. And then, like Cephii will post Cadena charts every now and then, although probably the least helpful charts in all of crypto, what he posts. Cephii, you got to step up your game. You just
I don't know what the hell the guy is doing.
he knows how to
With
engage
the trade volume or whatever. I'm like, dude.
No,
Like,
I'll tell you how. I know you love engagement farming, Don. You want some clout. So what he does is super easy and super like basic. You just take a chart of any coin, drag the y-axis a bit so that you create a bunch of empty space above the price action. Drag the price action down so it appears lower, and then put a big old rocket ship pointing to the top right corner into all that empty
works.
space. And people just, their brain fills in the rest.
I'm looking at Cephii. Well, he
and then buy TradingView Pro for volume profile on the side, because
totally do you know what I heard?
I love Cephii. I'm definitely trolling, but his charts always get me.
No, like the chart, like let's establish that Cephii, like it would make more sense if you would get into tarot or something,
Yep.
Just get yourself some real hobby, maybe, instead of looking at the lines. They don't mean anything, but everyone loves Cephii, right? We love Cephii. Then I heard, the Twitter threads are great for engagement. That's how you get followers. You need to do threads, long subjects.
I'm like incredibly surprised I didn't get a temporary ban when the Joe thing happened. Because someone was in the spaces last night and they said that they recently commented or participated in something that gave them more engagement in one day than they had the whole previous month. And then they got suspended for unusual activity. I went to my Twitter analytics one day during the Joe thing, and I had my entire year's worth of engagement in the past 24 hours. I was like, whoa, Elon's definitely going to shut this down.
Yeah, like you have 7,000 followers. Is it because you have like the tags help, or do you think the name Tendermint, like it helps?
I like to think I'm just likable and helpful. I mean, at the lowest level, but I think the majority of the effort I've put in, like under this persona and in my time here on Twitter, has been like relatively selfless and helpful. Like all my Twitter spaces, they started off as literally just come ask any question. No such thing as a stupid question. Will help you get used to Cosmos. Anybody who kind of knows me on a more personal level probably 100% like believes and trusts in what I'm doing with Interchain Info and Spark, and it's the exact same thing. So I think just like when people come into the Cosmos and are trying to figure out who to follow, some people will shout me out. Yeah, that's a great answer. So like LJ says, for me, it was his name that kept popping up, so I started to follow. Sometimes it is that simple. Like if you can just get a memorable name and then be decent with engagement across all of Twitter, people will just see that name over and over again. And so long as what you're posting is, relatively helpful, not too inoffensive, you just kind of get it. I'm kind of amazed that I have 7,000 followers. I didn't even have a personal Twitter before I made this. I was not much of a fan of social medias. So it is kind of crazy and humbling, actually.
We are similar in this matter.
Wait, in what? Did you not do much social before Dawn?
I never used Twitter before Dawn. Yeah. So, but then the first year when I had Dawn or so, I didn't really knew like how to use it. Twitter is a very different social media, so I wasn't really using that. I didn't know the purpose of that, and now it's like my main social media is actually Twitter, right? So, I would say like, is it friends on the Twitter? My Twitter friends, the engagement and chats. It's good app. Like so. Yeah. Similar to you, it was my first Twitter account.
Yeah, I'll just call something out just for anyone listening and yourself. Like I know people are often kind of like, do I call Is the Gray Boy an NFT? Yes, it is a Space Skellies. They recently did a free mint, and they included the Spark IBC logo, which is the background of this one, in a couple of their mints. So I had to pick one up. Then I threw in all my other NFTs. Yeah, on the topic of just like friends in crypto Twitter, I know people are kind of sometimes like, are these people these like my internet friends? Sometimes they don't know what to call them. Like I'll talk to my partner at Spark and be like, yeah, I have a sort of friend over at XYZ project, whatever. I would recommend you just lock in to considering people friends. You will live a better life and a more, just enjoyable life if you feel you're surrounded by friends and you connect with people. And it doesn't matter that it's just a voice online. Like, I feel like I've made a ton of friends in this ecosystem. And honestly, it was proven to me when I made my tweet about getting laid off the other day. Like, people came out in droves of support. I got tons of messages. And, for no reason other than I think I've made genuine friends,
I feel the same. Like, this is the communities is like the friends. So you jobless now?
I am technically jobless. Yes, as of Tuesday. Oh, as of a week ago today. Yeah.
Well, sorry. Do you have any income savings?
Well, not so much in the bank, no.
Although it's gonna suck for you. I'm sorry. 2023, man, recession. You have no job. You try to do
Yeah,
this crypto career, but crypto is going to zero.
yeah. I think I might. Do you need to deal with the cat? I saw that look.
Yeah, the brother-in-law came, so I
Oh.
will open her doors at some point. She wants to go. I think it's okay.
Oh, El Lobo would love to chat about that. On the job thing. So like, I've chatted with quite a few potential like positions recently, from TFL to Lava Network to PS Labs. I think I'm going to do some short-term work with PS Labs here over the next couple weeks. They'll give me a little income while I sort out exactly what I want to do in a more serious sense. And what they're doing is pretty cool. PS Labs is doing some really awesome AI stuff that's actually different than just like, I don't know. There's some kind of boring copy paste AI projects out there, but they're doing some really cool, unique stuff. And they have like a token integrated, and they're working with some cool like Web2 companies and names. So that could be interesting. And then obviously long term, I'm really hoping I will be able to sustain myself off of Spark IBC and Interchain Info. But I just have a very, very like long-term die hard to get this to work mindset. And unfortunately what that means is like probably not taking pay myself for a while, because any income we get, like I'm going to need to put that towards the actual product to make it a home run, So being able to support myself off that is down the road quite a bit. But that's okay. I think it's like a very necessary sacrifice, and hopefully I'll figure some stuff out in the meantime.
Yeah, I think for people like you, it's easy to get job in crypto because you are just great with community. So you give them like great value. I'm not exactly sure what PS Labs is doing. I know there is some of their projects. You know what annoys me about the Stargaze? 90% of collections that drop in now is just like low effort AI.
Yeah.
Which annoys me.
Yep.
Like it's probably even more.
It
So
it is
looking who is
absurd. Like I thought about this the other day, Don. I was like, I actually probably put more man hours into making Joe V3 than some of these like serious real collections that just set up an algorithm and clicked go. Like
yeah,
that hit
so
me one day and I was like, that's fucked up.
you know, so I don't want to shit on collections, but even now I'm looking, right? There is let's say something that is called VR doodles or something like, once they hit the right keywords, they generate like just many of them, and like all of them are actually generated. All of these different collections have this sleek, very similar AI style.
Yeah.
Like which is very not unique, and I don't like it. I want the
It's
like
it's
human
funny
factor.
too, like using AI to generate art or a collection, absolutely nothing wrong with that. You just have to do something unique and different with it.
Mhm.
Like there's tons. We're in the phase, I think, of AI where people, it's so new that people all have the same basic ideas, but there's like a massive world of untapped potential. Like I'm
Mhm.
excited to kind of see hybrids at some point where maybe there's some, custom, very intricate hand-drawn art that is mixed with certain AI elements. I don't know what that would be, but like, let's say there's a collection of, NFTs are so ridiculous. I could actually see this, a collection of like some goofy looking characters watching TV, and all the characters are like hand drawn and have attributes and cute, but whatever's on the TV screen is AI generated. And like, I don't know, that's a very out of my ass idea, but I think there's way more that can be done with AI that we haven't tapped into yet. So I'm not like skeptical of AI. I'm skeptical of people who clearly take the lazy route using AI as a tool to do so.
Yeah, you know what's really like it's
Oh,
sad.
wait, super, super quick. I feel a compulsion to do this stuff. Can I answer El Lobo's question
Yeah,
in there?
yeah, yeah.
So super high level, like TLDR. Cosmos Station is like the mobile power wallet, I would say. So if you're on mobile and you need intricate control, you need to specifically pick maybe RPC channels or what IBC channel you want to go through, or do custom stuff, that's going to be Cosmos Station. But Cosmos Station is not the wallet you want to recommend to a new person. The UX and the UI is, it plays to it being a more in-depth, powerful wallet, and it's kind of confusing. So Kepler is like seamless, easy, all the basic features, pretty good UI, UX. And then Cosmos Station, a bit more complicated, but a bit more powerful and flexible. And then on desktop, it's pretty much all Kepler. Cosmos Station has a desktop thing, but last time I tried to use it, it's pretty weird. You need like a second app for signing in called Key Station. And yeah, so Kepler on desktop and then both on mobile, with kind of reserving Cosmos Station for advanced stuff. That's my TLDR of the difference.
I didn't use Cosmos Station, but to be honest, like with IBC, Kepler is pretty shitty. Like
Mm-hmm.
we need wallets. We need way more wallets. I think we're gonna get this. I know Leap is keep working on something, so I'm still being hesitant about them, but their wallet is really just picobello. Like you can do
Their
IBC
wallet,
transactions, you can view your NFTs and stuff like
yeah.
that. It's really cool.
I don't I don't get why they're shooting themselves in the foot by being closed source, because as many people know, I'm not nearly as passionate as, let's say, Jacob about the whole closed source thing. But when it comes to a wallet in particular, don't close source that. We actually,
Yeah.
despite a little bit of initial pushback, we totally agreed with Jacob, and we actually removed Leap Wallet from Spark IBC's connection for now, just because why?
Mhm.
Why are you closed source? Like, you have an
It's
awesome product. It's the one product that you type a seed phrase into. Don't close source it.
yes. So the same. I made video on them. I didn't even know they are closed source, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm slowing down, and I'm like, hey guys, open source, and I will do really good job, for you if you want to work. And they telling me that they are getting ready for this. So I hope it will happen, because like if you are closed source, I don't know what they think, that people gonna copy them or something, but at the same time people are not gonna use them because they are gonna be afraid. The open source, you can do amazing marketing saying this is open source, this is secure to use, and this is the
Well,
best UX, right?
yeah, but you know what the obvious problem is that the average person doesn't care or know that it's closed source. So see, like, I feel like in the whole closed open source argument, the side I want to take, and that I brought up with like Jacob and some other people, is kind of a free market thing, right? Like, give it enough time. If closed source is that awful, people will move away from it. But I don't know if I actually really believe that, just because people are pretty dumb, and people do what's easiest. People do what they think is trustworthy without doing research. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, people don't really care about anything beyond money. So
Yep.
people go to crypto, it's because they find some cool project, they go to community, and community tells them like, yo, we are changing world, this is like 100x is programmed into us, we are the best. And then you tell them on Twitter like, hey guys, this is actually quite dangerous because it's closed source, you don't know what's going on, stop fudding, enjoy staying poor. And
Yeah.
that's all they
Yep.
care. They don't really care about like, hey, this is this kind of crypto ethos about being open source, transparent, and no one gives a shit. And maybe that's why crypto is failing all the time, because there is some few idealists, and in the vast world of people who just don't care. Like,
Yep. I think that's
um
exactly it. Yeah, it's people don't know why to care too, right? Because the other thing is like, this is such a like straw man sort of weak argument, but it's very real. Someone like myself, cool, your thing is open source. I can't look at it. That means nothing to me. I have to
Mhm,
then trust that someone else, like Jacob, is
mhm.
going to be what, just auditing a project on his own time, going through every line of code because it's open source. So it's weird. It's a weird position where it's like, cool, it is open source. That doesn't actually mean anything to the average
Mhm.
person.
Yeah, to me too. No, but
Yeah.
like there are people who I will probably trust, right? So
Yes.
we
And
still basing this on
and that's
trust.
the thing with like trust is never going away, and I'm trying to tell people that recently. Like, actually, we're about 30 minutes in. I would love to kind of pivot maybe to the interchain stuff, because I really specifically want your thoughts on it, Don. But somebody made a comment like, how can we trust that that's what you'll actually do with the funds or whatever? And I almost didn't know how to answer, because you could say that for anything. Like any grant that's not going into a DAO or a multi-sig, any business you spend money with or patronize, their trust is never going away, guys. We're in a decentralized space where we love blockchains, but we're not in a trustless world. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to say that with all the hate and imperfections, the system that we live in is to be honest is pretty okay for average human. You
Yeah,
literally can
exactly.
sign the contract, and this contract legally protects you from getting scammed or stuff. We build the laws that protect you, which is way better than crypto. Like as of now,
Yeah.
like in crypto, people can like do bad stuff, and you done. So in the
Yeah,
modern
but I mean,
system,
in the traditional world, most of it is a facade. Like in America, consumer protection laws are more or less like an urban legend. Like there is so much shit that goes on behind the scenes where
Mhm,
companies screw us over, and everyone does go around thinking, the government and everybody who came before me and my country has set up a system where this company is the 50 largest on the stock market. I can trust it. There's regulation in place. There's oversight. There's XYZ. There's probably
mhm.
not. Like,
Yeah,
depending on the industry, there's probably not.
I agree with that statement. But as you said, so we should probably focus on what you are doing. So there is two things. There is the Interchain Info, right? Um,
Yep.
can you tell me what are you doing with the Interchain Info, and
Totally.
what's the state of that?
Yeah. One reason I wanted to chat with you too, Don, just like to kind of preface this, is I appreciate that you are not afraid to push back, and like you don't just throw softballs in interviews all the time. So as we go through this, like please feel free to give me your skepticism. Give me any pushback, any thoughts, whatever. That's one of the reasons I wanted to chat with you. So little like I guess TLDR in context. a while back, I founded a project called Spark IBC, which aims to be a sort of launchpad, incubator, charity platform combo that focuses specifically on chain agnostic and multi-chain efforts. So honestly, one of the first projects I know of that has been made since like ICF and Informal that is focused on the cosmos, not any one chain, but the cosmos and serving anything and everything in it. And so Spark IBC is a platform that we want other people to use in future. If you have an idea for a chain agnostic effort, or you know of one already going on, come to us. We'd love to like run a funding campaign, help you apply for stuff, etc. Right now, we are doing a campaign for our own like secondary project. So I think over time, Spark will sort of be like a parent company that has a couple different endeavors and like projects that it either contributes to or runs. And the first major one of those is Interchain Info. Interchain Info is kind of in the same realm as Spark, but for the average user and especially the new user. Basically, we think that crypto is pretty complicated and confusing to navigate for new people. The cosmos and like the interchain, so much more so. There are people who have been in the cosmos for months that are in Twitter spaces that have assets that have said to me in a Twitter space, like, wait, these are different blockchains? Like, what do you mean they're different? They're not like, I thought they were all cosmos. Or people that think their money is in their wallet, right? They're like, oh, my money's in Kepler. I can't use it with Cosmos Station. It's like, no, your money's on the blockchain. Kepler's one of the ways you can look at it. So just these basic things that show me like there is a need for a more polished and sort of canonical, centralized place of learning. Something you can go and type in anything from how do wallets work to Juno network, like as if it was Google, and go get info on these things. So that's what Interchain Info is. It's a site with like 3 parts. We have the Interchain Index, which is like a Wikipedia of the cosmos, pages on dApps, chains, NFT collections, validators, and content creators. So like Don, you have a page on the index. Then we also have the Resource Hub, which is an aggregator of YouTube, Medium articles, audio, things like podcasts and Twitter spaces from people like yourself that aggregates that all into one place, puts it in categories, tags it, etc. We have those 2 sections built, at least in an MVP state. The functionality is there, super happy with it. I'm currently working on a full site-wide UI and UX refresh, so a new look, but we have those parts built. And the campaign that we're currently running on Spark and the governance proposals that I want to talk about that we'll be putting up are to fund like upkeep and hosting costs, as well as go towards building out the third part of our site, which we need to hire outside talent for because it's more Web3 focused. And that's the dashboard. And the dashboard's super cool. And maybe we can just circle back to that a little. I can even share my screen and kind of show you what's going on with that. But yeah, I want to stop there because that was a huge TLDR. But yeah, Interchain Info, trying to make exploring and learning about the interchain way easier for new people and way more efficient for power users like us.
Yeah, I do love what you're doing. Like as I was just thinking about Interchain Info, how you can make it. I think you need YouTube channel, like and like that
Yep.
would be because there is no need to have like separate host. Like you can just have YouTube channel and direct
Yep.
people to Interchain Info for more or something like this. And it would be really cool if you can put like the shorts and clips from other channels, that is maybe even valuable. Like people need that stuff, and I even look for people to work with my clips, and it's difficult for me to find the people doing it, so I think I'm just gonna do it by myself, but you surely need to do that. It's
So
this. Mhm.
yeah, actually, like I guess, have you had a chance to look at the governance proposal? Seems like maybe not.
Maybe.
That's fine. That's fine. So part of it is an incentive program that targets and would benefit people like yourself. So let me let me pull that up. So what we plan to do is on Interchain Info, the site, you can add and embed like any YouTube video or Vimeo or wherever else. And that could be from any channel. And so that can live on our site. It can be a upload from your channel, let's say, but people can find it on Interchain. But what we also want to do, we're asking for community pool funds from a wide number of chains in the cosmos. And 50% of our ask from all of those chains is being reserved for an incentive program. Part of that incentive program is something that people like yourself or Tank or Joe could take advantage of. So let's say Juno passes their our governance prop. And so we have some incentives for Juno content in our coffers. You as Don would be able to come to us and say, hey, I just made a new video about Juno. I want to take part in the incentives program. So what that would look like is you would send us the video. We would upload it to our Interchain Info channel, but we would keep it unlisted. And we would only have it on the Interchain Info site as like an embed. And so it would be exclusively on Interchain Info for 1 week. And you would get a certain amount of money. It depends how long the video is. It would be $5 per minute up to $50 total per video submission. So if it was 10 minutes or more, which I know is a low rate, but we're not paying people to make content. We're rewarding people who are already making content, right? Like you're already going to make a Juno video at some point. This is an avenue you could do to get a little bit of initial profit from it. After that week's time, you can then do whatever you want with the video. You can upload it on your channel like normal. And because we're keeping it unlisted, it's not going to mess with your SEO and your YouTube algorithm. The unlisted upload of ours will basically make it so our YouTube channel is almost like a backup archive repository, right? So like if something ever happened to your channel, we would have all of the videos you submitted as part of the incentive program unlisted on our channel somewhere. So we think, like, we spent a lot of time on all of the details of this prop, and I'm really happy with where it got to. I think it is just beneficial for everyone across the board. Yeah.
Well, someone commenting, I'm the Carl Moon wannabe, but it's actually not. Like I did a lot of bad videos about Carl Moon on this channel, so no, this is not true. Regardless if you believe it or not, I don't know, because like regarding the paying for the content or something, I still would make over $1,000 with my videos, like submitting on your page. But
What do you
I
mean?
feel like if you push it hard enough, like you can get the offers. I feel I'm at the,
If you want to make $1,000, like 100% we'll give that out to you, but that means that you have to create 20 videos to get that and let them be exclusive to our site for the first week of their life on the internet. So like by all means, yeah.
Yeah, like I like to put it on my channel. So I don't know if this is the, like, because I think Spark can have the page of like being more educational, right? Like so imagine this. I'm making my content, right? And I told you I have few ideas, and I'm just like, you know what's I have simply no time going to communities and ask for money or change. Like I really don't have time, because I'm trying to make content, and I'm not trying to make myself looking better, but like I really like now I'm trying to do it, but like especially going to community pool with all that process, I would rather just make videos. um so like I make videos on my channels, and I'll probably be able to do some partnership. But what Spark IBC like would be good at is, hey Don, we want to do 5 video series, each video 5 minutes, about Wind DAO, right? And you present every point, and it's just educational, and make it nice. and with this 5 video education bounty you can make few $100 or whatever. Like I would like this more this way, instead of just my videos. Is like, it's just Spark IBC could be really good, like IBC education hub that is agnostic and doesn't favor anyone, because when it comes to the channel like me, I will favor people. I will favor projects that I like. I will favor projects that are just simply nicer to me, you know. But at the Spark IBC, you could be completely agnostic hub and make sure that the informations and tutorials that you have are fully non-biased. Like you don't have the human factor, so you don't want the don't throw the opinion.
Yeah, so I
Being
think
like,
you do need to separate stuff that we would make from stuff that would be hosted on our platform. So, for example, our YouTube channel would have two different faces to it. It would have public videos, which totally agree with you. They would be just straightforward. Like, I've actually done some. I really wish more people knew these exist. Hold on, let me. I've done a bunch of like Cosmos tutorial videos. When I first made this account, Smart Nodes reached out to me. Let me.
nice guys, they helped me
Yeah.
before.
And so if you go to their channel on YouTube, the first 6 videos I made, so it's like how to set up Cosmos Station app, how to stake Atom using Kepler, how to stake Chihuahua, how to check and stake Gravity Bridge airdrop, how to set up Cosmos Station wallet, how to set up Kepler wallet. These are all things they requested, and so I wrote scripts and did videos on them. But this is the kind of thing we'd love to support on our channel that we make. Just straightforward, no opinions, just like tutorials, give people that central source of like reliable info. But then separately, on our site, there is also content from creators like yourself. So we're not going to not host a Dawn video or a Cedo video or whatever just because it's biased. That's kind of the entire point of our resource hub, is we aggregate all of the content creators with all their biases and, you know, let people sort through that. So yeah, also I'll just say, let's separate like Spark and Interchain in our convo. So like, I think you said Spark a couple times during that. Spark really just a funding platform.
Yeah,
Interchain
Interchain
Info is where the learn in the info and all that happens. And we can just call it ICI too, because that's way easier.
Yeah, I was searching for the YouTube channel.
But yeah, so I want to make sure, because I totally get that you want to upload something to your own channel. And so we're going out of our way to make sure that still works. So just to make sure like you understand, because I do want your feedback on it. If you participated in this program, we would upload your video to our channel, but it would forever remain unlisted and only be embedded on Interchain Info for the first like week. After that week, you upload it to your channel, and because ours is unlisted, it doesn't affect your search engine optimization, your subscribers. Doesn't matter that it's the same video. And at that point, we can even switch out the embed on Interchain Info. So we still have it in our system as a backup, kind of acting like an archive. It's unlisted, but any views that go towards it after that first week go to your channel for sure.
Why not me making completely separate videos for Spark IBC? You know why? Because
what do you mean?
When
like
I record
specifically
like
Spark branded, like rather than just the video you
when
anyways
I make the videos,
yeah.
like when I make video, I want to publish it next day or the same day. It's just keep going, and often it's just what's happening. So simply, like they would have to be fully neutral, time neutral education videos, right? So yeah, it can be done, but I couldn't make as many, probably like twice a week or something like this, and it would have to be different, right? Like more of the educational of like what's IBC, and it goes on Spark and then on something like this, or yeah. So it's more difficult to play it with time. I think for someone who do less content, that's maybe easier, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I actually really like that idea, and we've talked about something like it. I think in my mind, it's sort of just like a separate thing. So this incentive program is really a way to kickstart the usage of Interchain Info. It tackles 3 different things in one go, actually kind of 4. So one, it helps drive traffic to our site, because if people want to watch, let's say, your content or read the newest Medium article from someone, if they want to do it within the first week, they have to go do so on Interchain Info. So they're on the site, we're getting that traffic, they might click around and go elsewhere. It's also serving to just populate Interchain Info with more content. So I'd say when you get a chance, just take a look at the proposal, because there's like 4 different sort of incentive programs people could take part in.
Where is the proposal?
Some are as simple as like you get paid $5 if you submit some existing content that's already out there and just ingest it into our system. So heads up, Don, people are probably going to do that with your videos if you don't do it first.
Yeah, it's gonna be like over $1,000. I have like well over 400 videos, probably 300 on Cosmos or something like that.
So the most an individual person could make from submitting existing content is $100. And to do that, they would need to submit at least 30 pieces of content.
Do you
And it's
think I live
capped
in
at
India
100.
or something?
Say again?
Do you think I live in India or something? I would let people do it. I'd let people do
Yeah.
it so someone
No,
can
that's
make
the idea,
$100.
right? That's the idea, right? So someone who's not as busy as yourself and who might live in a country where $100 is a ton of money can take a couple hours one day and ingest the entire Dawn catalog into Interchain Info. And honestly,
Yeah.
everyone benefits. You benefit, someone's doing work for you, putting your content in more places. We benefit having more content on the site. They get paid. The community and chain that originally gave us the funds benefits, because suddenly there's more content about them in our system and like circulating. So we think it's a pretty like reinforcing system. What I was going to say is, outside of all that, we're also very interested in eventually working with people like you and other content creators to do like Spark specific and tutorial type videos. Totally love that idea. We're on board. It's just kind of like a separate thing in my mind.
Yeah, I understand now. Yeah. I think it's cool. I would like, to be honest, all the videos I would make, I would just like let people upload it, and when
Yeah.
I have some content that doesn't is not so urgent on my channel, like I could do it. Like, for example, today I recorded the video. It's not it's gonna be up tomorrow. Today is gonna be up different video, but it's about bridges, right? Why bridges fall, and or why they get exploited and stuff. Like this is pretty universal video, right? So this would have good space on the place like yours, and my channel doesn't lose much if it waits 1 week. The problem is I'm not very patient. Like, when I get idea for the video, I have to record it. I will not wait. And so that's my personal issue that I have. But yeah, cool idea. How much funds are you asking?
Yeah, so we worked for a long time to figure out something that was consistent, like by a certain formula, but also worked with the wide variety of chains in the Cosmos. Like, they have various different market caps and community pools. So what we settled on, and actually, let me can I maybe share my screen as I go through this?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that could be helpful.
you can, yeah.
Cool, let me do that.
I will tell you, I had some idea recently, and I can. Oh, okay, you're here, so it's cool.
Go for it. Go for it. I can pause.
So I had this thought, right? Because I left the proposal on the forum, and I'm not gonna put it on chain. It was kind of to show the problem, that was with Prop 89. And I hate just preying on community pools. So, but I had this idea as I was thinking about this. Hey, it would be really cool, and something that you said at the very start of this conversation. When I'm in some groups on the Discord, some people ask me, "Hey Don, should I buy Cosmos?" and I can't be bothered to explain them, you know. You know what I mean? Because they actually
Yeah.
think atom, and I'm like, maybe not, you know, because but for me this maybe not mean something different than for them. It's like, yeah, which part of the ecosystem? Like, it's like maybe not Cosmos, there is not much going on, like, you know, but so people need to understand that there is different chains, and, you know, understand the concept of Cosmos. So it's important to educate what is IBC, and I hope like I can do it more, that it's, you know, so many people get this confused, and it's such a basic
Yeah.
thing to present to people. So I had this idea, what if I go to like few projects, right? You go to Cosmo, like, I don't know, to find some sponsors, right? You go to this, you go to Umi, you go to Stargaze, you go to Stride, ask few projects, give me some money, or even not, and you make the like course, right? What is IBC? What is Cosmos? How to trade? How, what is staking? How to trade? And as you go forward, what is liquid staking? This is the liquid staking platform. This is how to stake.
Yep.
What is the lending borrowing platform? This is how you lend, that you borrow. What is NFT hub? This is how, you know what I mean. So you
Yeah.
start the course, and you show the ecosystem, and it's like uh 50 videos, 100 videos, but it could be like massive series presenting you, this is what IBC is. I can openly say that because I know nobody else would do that beyond me, because no one's gonna make 100 videos or something, you know, for, but it would be month of work probably.
Yeah. So I mean, um, I'll go through this in a second, but like, so the hub is obviously one of the places we'll be requesting from the community pool, and so there's obviously not much built on the hub. So you might wonder, like, the 50% of that goes to an incentive program, what does that mean exactly, for the hub? Like, what are people going to submit content about? Well, it will be the same as other chains, where if you do a video on the hub or Cosmos in general, blah, blah, blah. But for that particular proposal, and we'll outline these details when we do the chain specific prop, we want to allocate some of that money to exactly what you were just talking about, generalized helpful Cosmos content, because we think it makes the most sense for funding for something like that to come from the hub. So with some of the funds we would get from the hub, we would get in touch with some creators like yourself and say, hey, here is a list of like these basic points that we think would be super helpful to have covered. We probably want to do a sort of something kind of similar to like Coinbase Learn. Maybe
Mhm.
not where you earn money, but where if you want, you can do a little like click through, watch a couple 30-second shorts, answer a question, and just get your like basic intro to Cosmos. So that is something we definitely want to spin up, and we'd be happy to chat with you about. But yes, so how much are we asking? The formula sort of that we came up with is 1% of a chain's community pool, capped at 20K. So the way this works out, we can kind of go through these. So like from Agoric, we'll be asking about $3,500. Akash, 2,800. Band, 10K. Carbon, 3.2K. Checked is pretty low, but I want them to like be included if they want, because I know they want to be more like
Dude,
involved in Cosmos.
Chihuahua community pool, wow.
Yeah, right. Yep. So yeah, so you can see a couple of larger ones. So the hub, Evmos, Juno, Kava, Osmosis, Psalm, Stars, Territory, and Luna all have a community pool large enough that 1% is above 20K. And so we're capping that out. So we think that this is like the best balance we were able to settle on, that like relative to the size of each chain here, how much they're being asked to contribute, the idea that, you know, almost certainly it's not going to pass on all of these chains, right? So like this is
Mhm.
probably not the amount of funding we're actually going to get. But casting a wide net, seeing which chains and their communities are interested in something like this and want to support interchain efforts, and reap some benefit themselves, right? With literally half of what you're giving us, not only going towards promoting your ecosystem and stuff built on it, but also potentially going back to the people that voted for it. Like if you want to
Mhm.
vote for this and then take advantage of the program and submit stuff to Interchain Info, like hell yeah, this is a way that the average like little community member can get some of the funds in the community pool while contributing something valuable for it.
I think you made a mistake with Comdex. No,
Mm,
you wrote $700, but it should be 7,000. No.
let's
Sorry. Like
let's do a
it's
double
nothing
check.
for it. I was just, but you know
Yeah.
what's the issue? For example, you get 20,000 from the certain chains, like Osmosis, and 20,000 from Stargaze. Uh, the thing that I would question here is, um you can't make as much information on Stargaze as you can do on Osmosis. You understand? So this should be somehow included. I think the same, like, Juno is whole layer one ecosystem. So it's also
Wait. Literally complete opposite, Don. There's way more content to be made about Stargaze. Every collection on there, various tools. What does Osmosis have? It has its decks.
Mhm.
That's about it,
So,
right?
well, I'd love you to help me with the Stargaze content, because
Well,
you know what,
you're not an NFT guy, Don.
I am the
I mean, I know
NFT
you like
guy.
NFTs, but like I feel like your content isn't focused on them.
Yeah, but like, I'm I wasn't an NFT guy, and this is I wanted to make the switch into NFTs. You know how difficult it is. Like, when I talk about the Cosmos drama or Cosmos information, my videos perform way better. When I talk about NFTs, they perform way worse. So
Yeah.
the problem that I have with Stargaze, for example, like, I love Stargaze. I'm employed by Shane, but I cannot do every day the collection because there is no interest. So I can do like weekly collections, the two I like, because also the problem is, like, when I see some AI cookies popping out, right? I don't really want to make content about them. You know what I mean? So this is also another issue. You can't really
Yeah,
talk
but
about everyone.
have you done a video on Hubble tools, for example?
Hmm. Tendermint Timmy, you clever boy. Very clever. Yeah, I'm gonna make. Thank you. Great.
See, so like for example, you could do that. You could then come submit it to Interchain, get $50 for it, have it uploaded to your channel. And now when people go to the Hubble Tools page on the index, let's say they either learn about it through Interchain Info or someone mentions it to them, they have all the basic info right there. And then on the side of the page, they have related resources and they see your little video, a guide to Hubble Tools. Right. And so you just get this beautiful sort of synergy and like cross pollination of information where, I think that's the Cosmos' biggest issue right now is when you want to learn about something in the Cosmos, it's very sequestered. You're going to Google and you're going to attempt to find one YouTube video or one Medium article somewhere that maybe touches on what you want to learn about. And then the next time you want to learn about something, you repeat the process. Whereas in like kind of the old world, like think about Wikipedia literally. You can learn about something, and then as you're learning about it, there'll be another term you don't understand. You just click on that and go to that page. You start learning. You on YouTube, you bop around between the related videos without even thinking about it. Like we don't really have that in Cosmos. Even on YouTube, if I go to your video or Cedo or whatever, the sidebar of related and suggested videos, that's all tuned to my algorithm. It's not videos that are related to the one I'm watching anymore.
Mhm.
So that's something else Interchain will provide, is if you want to go just explore Cosmos content, it's in one place and you can make sure that you stay focused.
Yeah, that will be great. Sorry, the Hubble tool stuck in my head. If you
Do
want
it.
to if you want to pitch me more ideas, especially on the NFTs,
Okay.
I will be happy to do it, because sometimes, like all the videos I do by myself and I try to do them every day. Hubble is great. Like, probably I thought about this at some point
Tom,
and I just
do a video on how to use Stargaze Studio to create a collection.
I
Do
did.
one on Hubble. You did? Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I did twice. So even before we had it on the mainnet, I did on the testnet,
Testy.
and I have the how to do collection with Stargaze Studio on the mainnet. And this video is like has maybe 40% performance than the video, like than Cosmos, right? Or something like this. Like, so, but I want to make more Stargaze content. I feel I put quite a good number of Stargaze content, but yeah, yesterday I shielded the squids, but I wanted to put some attention, and I need to do whole walkthrough to the info Stargaze, because it's quite cool, right? How to search collections, how to see the sales, how to see the analytics. It's a little bit more there. So I think info is also good, and then Hubble tools is also good. So I need to do, so it's already 2 videos, right?
Yeah.
Um but I'm big NFT guy. Actually, I'm like most engaged into Ethereum community, which is Milady. A little less
Oh,
these
I
days because
know.
I was little busy, right? But this is my favorite community out there.
Oh, the
That's really nice.
miladies.
That's really nice, dude. They hit 1 ETH yesterday.
The only two
I
NFT collections that have ever caught my attention on ETH whatsoever is Goblin Town and Miladies.
Well, you should get Milady. It's very. Oh, it dropped to 0.9. I started like I made up because I bought my much cheaper. I have 5 Miladies and I have 100
I'll
Remedios. I will. Did you
I'll
see
take
Remedios?
my meager severance package and buy as many Miladies as I can, Don.
Well, they're expensive. I don't recommend gambling your life away. So, but I see you're a big NFT guy, right? You get more and more NFTs, and it's the problem because you cannot feed them all in the PFP. That's the big issue.
I think I would not call myself a big NFT guy. All of these were given to me. I think I've
Oh,
only
lucky
ever.
you.
I think the only what NFTs have I paid for? Let's see. I minted a meta rat. That was awful. Minted a bunch of Joes. Definitely did that. Let's see. There's
And
definitely a
you
couple.
were,
Oh, Maneki, the newest Maneki that's in here, I did buy. The Maneki Neko.
and I think it is important to say that you are behind the jaw,
I
right?
I was a major player in the Joe movement, indeed.
Major player in the. It kind of settled now. Um, should we go through the dashboard and should we finish it with the Joe, because I also have like slightly limited time. So
Yeah, yeah.
but let's go through the
Um.
dashboard a little bit.
Okay, cool. Let me switch my
It's really
window.
nice. You're really nice with the graphics. And those
Thank you.
videos at the Smart Notes channel, man, like you would do some career. Like you would be high quality channel if you would make videos. If you would show
Yeah,
your face as well to the taxman. Um,
I think I will too, because this is gonna sound so shallow too, but like I'm just a very like average looking guy in like a good way, just very like middle of the road, and I think that's really helpful for things like guide tutorial videos. Like there's something about a relatable face and just like average, like, oh, that's a guy I could see, just I remember going to college with or whatever. um And I'm like kind of like a teacher at heart. I like teaching and informing.
Just like the
And
Joe.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Like the
and then
Joe.
my core like skill set is videos. So yeah,
You
definitely
would
will be doing some videos in future,
you
as you
would do
can tell from the
great.
Smart Notes one. Yeah.
And you need to show your face. Trust me, it's better.
Yes.
It's better for engagement because people like to see the person. And I think Cosmos deserves some content creators that do not have accent. You know,
Yeah,
I
that's hilarious. Yeah, yeah,
so
I can agree with that.
yeah, like it's we don't really have nice creators like you know, bless Sito, right? He did
Bless
a lot of
yourself.
great for the ecosystem. He put the video yesterday and he removed that. Was kind of short. I couldn't watch it. It was
Why? Just accent?
um it was like you know, in one sentence, like it wasn't exactly this, but imagine in one sentence doing three times such as such as such as, or and then this platform is um, mm, you know, and thinking, and it meant to be short, and then the audio was off sync, and I was like,
Oh,
what the hell's going on here? we
yeah.
so like, you know, if you would be there, like American guy, like speaking with nice accent,
Yep.
patient and stuff, like we really need some Americans. And we have Joe, which is great teacher, but we need more, like because there is like me foreign accent, right? There is Sito foreign accent, there is Danku foreign accent,
Yeah.
Liam
Yep.
that's British, but like yeah, like we need more Americans. There is not much Americans in Cosmos ecosystem.
It's weird. Yeah, I mean there are, but just not content creators. I think like
Yeah.
immediately the names that come to mind are Tank and Joe. I know there
Oh,
are some other ones for sure, but like those are the only ones with like a sizable presence. It's kind of
yeah.
interesting.
With annoying for me because like, you know, I want to be watchable, but I know accent is always troubling. Um,
Well,
it
I will say, Don, your accent is incredibly entertaining to listen to. Like
okay. That
it is beautiful, as Robert Ja says in chat there.
um, you know, I was working in the bar in UK, so I think maybe my voice is also annoying, but I was working in the bar
Wait, what
and
accent is it a Polish accent or is it like Polish Hong
yeah,
Kong? This
Polish
is like
with
a okay.
probably weird influences of something.
Yeah.
So I didn't speak English till I was 22. I spoke
Oh.
some very basic English, and I moved to the north of UK to Newcastle because I fall in love with a girl, and I got a job in bar. So that's how I learned English, which was in the bar with Geordies, right?
Hmm.
So probably I had like different words, you know, it was very non-academical. Um, and so I lived in UK 2 years, and I lived over 3 years in Hong Kong. So sometimes when I would say, you know, um, words like dollar or something, this is probably influenced from like here, you know, how people talk, or but yeah, like so it's Polish accent, but with weird way of learning English, right? It wasn't learned in Poland at school,
Yeah.
or stuff like this. So when I was working in the bar in UK, sometimes my manager would ask me to say something, which is sad, right? Because
Like a monkey. Dance, monkey. Say this word. Let me hear that accent. Throwing pop
you
rocks
know
at
what
your
I
feet.
mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like if I would have different skin color, it would be racist to do like this to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, right. Imagine like working with, I don't know, someone with like a Jamaican accent, just be like, oh, say that word again. I love that accent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what's this strong RAM? Shit.
Anyways, wait. So do we wanna stay on topic here? Do we want to tackle dashboard and then Joe?
Yeah. Sorry. It would be like they would ask me to name the alcohol or something, right? It was fun. I never felt
Yeah.
offended, and I was quite happy I can entertain people. Actually, that was me. Like,
Wait, okay, wait. Last accent question. Are there any certain words or like sound combinations or something that you know you struggle with? Like for whatever reason, they just don't really fit in your accent when you try and say them. You know you always butcher it or anything like that.
oh, like some long word. Now it would be difficult to bring from the top of my head, but in the video I was recording, like I had one word that is just long, difficult to maybe pronounce,
Mm-hmm.
but it's okay. Like, just to say, I do okay. I read books in English almost
Yep.
exclusively now, because I want to read in our original language. So I'm able to think in English. So it's not that I dream in Polish or stuff. Just have the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the dashboard.
Cool. Okay. It says I'm sharing my screen. Do you see it? Do viewers see it?
Oh yeah, like I don't know why it was
Oh,
turned off.
there we go. Cool. So we're just in Figma here. Because this is sort of what we are raising funds for right now to build. The majority of the campaign funds are going towards this, since our team is Web 2 heavy, and obviously we need a lot of Web 3 help for this. So the idea is, so this would be more blank to start. You wouldn't have Dexmos, Rango, and the validator finder if it was just your first time coming. You'd connect your wallet. And what we're going to do for a name, not really sure anymore. We'll probably give you the option to pull from the Spark leaderboard, but there's also now Stargaze names and ICNS. So we'll figure out exactly what to do there. But the idea here is Cosmos, the exact same idea with the rest of the site, right? Where the index and resource tackle the fact that information in the Cosmos is fragmented and hard to find and trust. We also think that tools, dApps, and chains are all over the place and hard to find. So for a user like you or I, Don, who's more veteran, what that means is when we want to go through our various accounts, check our bonding pools, move around some rewards, do some swaps, DCA, whatever, it's like 10 to 20 different tabs you open and different sites you go to and things you interact with. Whereas you should just have an all-in-one place where, let's say you're a big NFT guy. Maybe your first two things here would be Hubble tools and Stargaze. So just from one spot, you can kind of like browse your NFTs and then buy them. And then maybe your third one would be Rango Exchange, so that no matter where you have funds in all of crypto, you can quickly get them to where you need to spend them. This validator finder is not an existing product. It's something we're going to exclusively have here that Cleomedes is going to be like taking charge of and building, that will basically let you like, oh, what happened to my interaction? Oh, do I have to click that? Let you set a bunch of parameters. So like how much have they participated in governance? Where are they in the voting power rank, like in the set? Do they provide extra services, RPC nodes, relaying? What chains do they validate? What languages do they speak? Are they in the active set? Are they bootstrapping to get in? Are they inactive? Whatever. So this one's super cool. I'm excited about this. This will make it a lot
really cool,
easier.
but I will score very low on that.
You will score very low on that? Well, it depends what metrics people put in, right? So like, someone might look for someone in the bottom 30%. That speaks English and is on Juno. Maybe that's all the filters they'll put in. And so you might be pretty near the top of that list, right? And so, yeah, cool. We can get this to work now. So for like us, like I was saying, this will cut down on the time it takes us to do stuff and the amount of tabs we need to do it. But for a new user, there's a whole other side benefit. a new user has to spend like months lurking on crypto Twitter to even discover what Hubble Tools is, or Restake, or even smaller chains like Territory or something that are new. But now they could just come to the dashboard, click this, and browse through the list of options and just be like, whoa, there's what is this thing? What is this thing? And just like try them out and play with them.
And this will be all in one dashboard?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, what will be? It will be like online, or it will be like the application?
So yes, no, it'll be the website. Yep. So it'll be Interchain Info.
This is really cool, man. This is so cool. For this you need money. For this you need money.
So I think we've done maybe not the best with communicating. Like, this is what the majority of our money is going to from this campaign, aside from the incentive program, because that's exclusively
Who is working on that with you?
So for this, we have a couple different people lined up to help. Depending on how much funding we have, that's why it's really hard to give forecasting, whether it's budgeting or plans, because, you know, if we get $100,000, there's like a couple people we'll hire on and different ways that we'll tackle getting this done than if we were to get $15,000, right? But we've been working previously on Spark. Blue Note, who is one of the DAO devs, she's awesome. We may work with her more. We've been talking with Joseph Levington, who works on Stargaze and a couple other things.
Joseph is great.
Yeah, he's currently helping us with Spark.
He's so good.
He's awesome.
Such an inspiration. Yeah, 20-year-old. Right?
Yeah, no, for real. And then we'll also probably maybe put out like public requests. Like, if we have an excess of funding and there's a particular role we need, we'd be happy to like look to the community. I know there are tons of talented devs on Twitter that are always like looking for some side work, or some that are just looking to like make an impact. We have one person that has reached out to us already that's like, I don't even really care about pay. I love what you're doing. I want to see it succeed. Let me know how I can help. And so like, that's just so cool to see. And then within that, I should also say, for our initial launch of the dashboard and MVP, we will obviously put effort into making sure the couple modules we start with are totally polished up. But the way we're going about this is we're going to create some packages and templates, sort of, that a project could come in and say, we want a module on the dashboard. We're going to use the packages that Spark has provided and get that spun up. We're actually going to do the work because we're the one that's benefiting. More people get to use our thing. More people get to find our thing. And so then we'll work with them, but we'll also expect that teams do some of the work in getting these modules ready for launch. And for a lot of them, we're already in touch. Like Rango, the Rango Exchange guys are awesome. They're more than happy to work with us. We're also integrating.
Rango is in like which chain is Rango? Avalanche, no?
No. Rango doesn't have a chain, baby. Rango is the most helpful tool in the cosmos, dude. It's just I get money from anywhere to anywhere.
Ecosystem. That's why I didn't know why is Rango there. Like,
so Rango started as a Luna thing before the collapse. And then after the collapse, they went really chain agnostic. So what Rango lets you do is just get money from anywhere in crypto to anywhere else. So in this example here, actually, you can see like someone is getting BAT on Ethereum into Fetch on Osmosis. And you can see here, even though I know it's kind of small, hold on. Let's do this.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's going to 1inch to turn the BAT into ETH. Then it's going through Thorchain to get that ETH into Atom. Atom to Osmosis, Atom on Osmosis to FET.
So you said to me, when I swap, I go to Rango.
Yep.
Always.
I do. Yeah, I use Rango for like any moving
best
money
prices?
around. Yep. It's like TFM in that way, where it's going to find the most efficient route that's going to get you the most money.
Oh, it's okay. We have the loop on Juno. It's a good one.
Yeah, no, actually, so that's an example. So let's say like you're not sure. Let's say
I wasn't serious. I wasn't.
No, I know, but let's say you want to make a donation to Spark, right? You need Axel USDC on Juno. You could just use Rango, and you don't have to worry about WinDAO, Juno Swap, bridging straight from Axelar, whatever. Wherever you have money, you just start there, and then you set your destination to Axel USDC on Juno, and Rango will figure it out. It'll use Loop if needed. It'll use WinDAO. Maybe it'll use Axelar directly. Who knows? But yeah, so Rango, like, infinitely awesome. We want to integrate them into Spark so people can donate from anywhere in all of Web3. And then I guess the last little thing to talk about is this top section, which I'm so excited about. So this is the one module we are building and will maintain, and it is also persistent. So this extra wide one at the top, you could not delete. And honestly, the visuals for it right now, definitely not the final form. This is just kind of me playing around. But the idea here is, do you use Ethereum much, Don?
Yeah, like I use quite a lot for NFTs.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Let me.
I use two ecosystems, which is Ethereum and Cosmos. I don't really use anything else. Yeah.
So do you know about Furacombo?
Sorry?
Do you know about Furacombo on Ethereum?
I don't. I'm sorry.
So you're gonna love this. Hopefully you will use this. This is sort of what we're emulating. So Furacombo is a way for non-coders to make custom transactions. For example, you can say I already walked someone through this. Here is me, a non-coder, setting up a flash loan. So I'll take 1,000 DAI from Aave. I will swap that into ETH. Let's pretend that this was a profitable arbitrage, right, between Uniswap and SushiSwap. And then I'll repay that loan. And so you can like kind of build that stuff out. Let's say after I repay that loan, I want to use Paraswap to swap my DAI profits into Aave. Sure, whatever. And so you can build this out and then execute it with one click. And that's what we want to do for the Cosmos. So now coming back,
you can make money with that.
Yeah, I mean, flash loaning on ETH is kind of tough because of gas, but honestly, in the Cosmos, yeah, totally. Like, so here's this example I have laid out. So a lot of people might have something they do fairly often where they'll claim rewards on one chain, then they'll send it to Osmosis, use Osmosis to DCA into a more stable coin like Atom, send that Atom to the Cosmos Hub and stake it. So let's give the user the ability to build out this whole flow in one go and then click execute. So basically interchain accounts, right? What they want to do. The only thing we're waiting on for interchain accounts is the ability to do only a single Kepler pop-up. And I'm done waiting for that. Like, you know what, that'll be awesome when it comes, but for now, it's still a massive step up for me to just click execute and then wait like 10 seconds and click 2 or 3 different Kepler pop-ups, but have everything happen. And then down here, you'll see we want to work with, we've already in touch with them for a while now, with Croncats to give you the ability to turn these into automated recipes, which is their whole thing. So this will kind of just become like your new wallet almost, in that no matter what you want to do in Cosmos, if it's a basic function, you can do it right here. And you can probably do it more efficiently. So no more going up to your Kepler extension, switching to the chain that you want, sending an amount through an IBC channel. You just do that right here on your dashboard while you're looking at whatever else that is probably the reason you want to get that funds over, or whatever it might be, you know?
This is so cool. Like, I'm surprised you are still not a founder. Because despite you're not being coder, like the amount of ideas you have to improve the UX and give something to the users, like you would be amazing founder.
Thank you, Don. I mean,
yeah,
I guess I am the founder of Interchain.
Yeah, like I mean, but the founder of like I hope.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
I hope it will be your multi-million-dollar enterprise, right? Because this is like amazing. This is something that people use, and I'm seriously impressed with that.
Thank you. I mean, this is the part that excites me the most too, to be honest. The dashboard is like, I don't, like, you're probably excited about it from the context of you using it, right? Like the way I am, just as an average user, this will be awesome. But we cannot discount how much of a psychological impact this will have on like new and outside users when it comes to making the Cosmos feel like put together and like competent and organized. Like suddenly it is not this wild west of totally sovereign chains that you like have no idea what's going on. Some of their, it's all in one place. It's all in one command center, and the Cosmos, the interchain, starts to feel like a unified thing that is actually tackleable and not this big behemoth that's scary to get into, right? I can tackle the entire interchain from one site. Like, sure, that's way better than having to bop around a million Google searches and crypto Twitter all day, right?
Yeah, that's the good point. The interchain needs to feel like one chain. Like that's essentially what it has to be, right? There is no like you will use just like you will speak of Stargaze or Osmosis just in the context as like, yeah, I'm using this app, the Osmosis app or something, but the interchain as the one collective thing, right? That yeah, that was really cool.
So
I'm
I have
very excited.
one other thing that is a little alpha, and at the risk of someone stealing our idea, I guess I'll drop it for you, Don, and because people in the chat are talking about Chat GPT and AI. The only idea I've had in the past couple months that excites me as much as the dashboard in particular is, do you remember Ask Jeeves or ask.com?
No, sorry.
So it was kind of pre-Google, or it was like a competitor with Google at first. And its catch was that it was supposed to be kind of more human-based. So you would ask a question rather than type a search term. And this little butler named Jeeves would try and answer it for you. So this was in the early 2000s. People would ask, like, how do cell phones work? And, it would try and give them an answer. But there's this whole thing with, like, search engines. And this is something Do Kwon taught me, actually, when he and I chatted, like, a couple weeks ago, where whenever the amount of possible search terms, like things you could ask, is greater than the amount of possible results, it's going to be a failed platform. And so back then, like, Ask was doomed to fail because you could ask anything under the sun and there's probably not going to be an answer. But now we do have Chat GPT. So what I want to do, and keep this under wraps, if someone steals this idea, I might cry. We're going to train a Chat GPT model on our index and resource hub. So a wealth of Cosmos content, and make something like a Cosmos AI Ask Jeeves assistant, where a person could simply be like, what is the Cosmos? Or explain wallets to me, or what is the highest volume? Like, so if someone wanted to come in and say, what's the highest volume NFT exchange in the Cosmos? How would you find that right now? You'd have to know where to look for data. You can't just Google that. And you can't even just look it on any one page on Interchain because you don't have like a big stats page. But an AI would be able to quickly just pull, it would be able to answer that.
And that is that is little sad that AI is
fart crimes. GF, is that your GF, Don?
I don't know who is that. Maybe someone from Milady. I don't know. It's also it's great, to have this Chat GPT option. It's also sad, like that. Yeah, really, AI is gonna take over with the guidance because you can train it and give a lot of informations. It's still getting lost sometimes. I remember someone shared on Twitter. So you really have to teach the AI because someone shared, hey, if you are number 3 and you pass the second one, what place you at? And the chat answered first, and it was wrong. And the chat was, oh, really? You are right. I would be on the second, right?
Yep. It's weird. There's farts in cups and makes. Wow.
Yeah, it's some. Soy says the Chat GPT is overrated.
Soy, you're overrated. You're crazy. Chat GPT is
well,
the best
I will
thing
be
since
here
sliced
with the
bread.
visual content making Timmy, because running like last 5 minutes, how the Joe chain came to life, and like if you kind of give insider perspective, how did it happen, and what was the major mission and the message that Joe chain tried to put to the world?
Wow, that's deep. Well, it happened when me and the other Joes were hooting and hollering in a space, having fun with the memes and the mint and the collection. And brother Reese DMs me and goes, we could spin up a chain in like 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, yeah? And he was like, yeah, I could just be the only validator for now. We could just put it up and give people Joe coins for if they had like a Joe NFT in their wallet or participated in the mint. And so I was like, yeah, let's do it, like just for fun. And so we talked, we made a little game plan. And then at some point along the road, I forget, something kind of changed and it got slightly more serious, where suddenly we were like, okay, we have 16 validator slots. Existing actual validators in the ecosystem are now like validating this chain. Blocks are being spun. And I had a bunch of plans for more games and like fun, sort of kind of like the original Joe collection, where it was like a collect them all game with prize. I had some cool ideas with that, including like a Joe Swap liquidity pool game. I was excited to use a DEX and a liquidity pool for something other than trading. The idea was that like there's 16 original Joes, right? And so there would be 16 liquidity pools with a token for each of those Joes paired with the main native token of the chain. And people could like support their favorite Joe by farming that pool. And so whichever pool grows the largest is like the winning and the most popular Joe. And so I just thought that was going to be a really cool experiment of taking a DeFi product and using it entirely for a game. But what I forgot is that devs don't work for free, even if they say they're going to. So things kind of fizzled out. People got busy. I have nobody has any obligation to build anything for me. So I'm not able to say, hey, remember that thing we talked about, Reese? He's doing stuff. He was doing it free on his time. But I had so much fun with the Joe stuff, and the movement represented just community and not taking things too seriously. And I plan to do stuff with Joe like indefinitely, actually. So yeah, I would say it is definitely on a pause, on a hiatus. I'm way too busy to think about Joe stuff right now, trying to get Interchain launched. But for anybody who has a Joe in their wallet, participated in the mints, misses the energy of that time, like that will definitely be back, and probably in waves. Like my hope is, over the next 10, 20 years, whenever there's some downtime or the vibe just feels right, I and other Joes will spin up some cool new game or event or reason to keep swapping Joes or collecting or whatever it might be, and just to have fun and like keep this perpetual thing going that absolutely promises nothing, yet will probably deliver stuff more long term than collections that do.
Yeah, I was thinking if it's stack, but I think it's better this way. Even I was thinking that I would like to do Joe collection one day, and I think Joe should be that like I have some really good idea, but I have quite few ideas for the NFTs, but I cannot execute them because we all have plenty ideas, but ideas are nothing. So hope I can execute that. Royalties on Joes are high, 10%, which I do not approve. I think it's fail. You should go with 5 or less. But I wonder if you
I'd say it certainly didn't fail. I don't think anybody cared about the royalties.
Yeah, no one gave a shit. Do you know?
Also, just to be clear, I know people are just gonna have to take me at value, but if you really doubt me, like message me. I'll send you a wallet address. I made zero profit off the Joes. In fact, I'm down about 5,000 stars because I paid to start both of the collections, which has a minting fee, and then I minted a bunch of Joes, which you might think, yeah, that you're minting your own collection, those fees go back to you. No, they went into the prize pool that then got paid out to you all. So I just wanted to have some Joes. I'm negative because of this. I had fun. Just needed to shout that out because I'm sure there are some people out there that think I like made off like a bandit with the Joe thing when the opposite is true.
Yeah. GF, who are you? You seem like you know people in Cosmos. Um, I wanted to ask you, have you what I see as the proper Joe chain right now? It's actually the Ethereum token, which is called Don't Buy Inu. Have you heard
No,
of this?
no,
There is Twitter account the Dev. Have you seen Dev?
no.
I'm going to send you Dev,
Did you know
and
that
I
Joe
think
Chain is the first hybrid work chain in the Cosmos? Like you
I
can
didn't know
proof
that.
of work. You can proof of work Joe Chain. You can mine in your browser to help support the network and earn Joe, or you can stake and validate.
I'd love
And
to
we
do
have
that.
native liquid staking.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, DM. So this is, dude, working with developers can be so frustrating. Apparently that is a live and public thing that people can use. And I, as like the head of the Joe movement, don't know what the URL is because Pupmos won't tell me. So if you would like to try and mine some Joe, DM Pupmos.
I couldn't be bothered. I hope when it's live, I can have the airdrop to Don Kryptonium,
Okay,
private airdrop, as the
of
influencers
course.
who can promote Joe. I'd love to. I think it would make me rich because I think it could become large chain
It
if
will.
if
It will in time.
if if it would ever launch. Because this is like naturally evolved meme, right? So this is
Yes.
something Chihuahua cannot be a meme chain because it's not naturally evolved meme chain, right?
Yeah, right. It was built as a meme chain, like for that purpose,
Yeah.
but built as a serious chain. Yeah.
I'm going to send you the dev you're going to like. First, I saw it. Someone showed me that in the Milady, and I think it's great meme. You will like it. I have to run now. Because I need to like tomorrow I have more calls.
Cool.
Sadly. Thank you for showing the dashboard and stuff. Like I think it's really great. Like I think the Cosmos is lucky to have you, to be honest. Um
Thank you, man.
I saw you were tweeting that I hated on your Cookie Monster. You messaged me. I'm just saying that all the AI art look the same, and we don't need the cuteness. We need negative. I'm starving so much for some negative NFT. The NFT that represent the absolute, like, suffering and misery. But all we get is cute cookies and stuff like this. I
Are you
want the
saying it's time?
heroin addicts. I want
Are you
people.
saying it's time for a down bad Joe collection?
I want. Yeah. I want. I need to
You want to see
something
like
that's.
you want to see a guy in a back alleyway with like a needle in his arm with Joe's
Yes,
face slapped
that's
on
what I
it,
want to
right?
see. I want
Yeah.
to see the sleepless Joe, with
Yep.
the red eyes, who sold his house and leverage in
Hmm.
crypto, and he smokes tens of cigarettes, and his life is over. That's what we need, and no one's making that. We're
Yeah.
still
Yep.
making cookies.
You know what? Let's do it, Don.
Okay, I see. I see.
Let's
Yeah,
make a
this
down
is
bad Joe collection.
okay. I'm gonna message you about this. So
Okay.
that's the alpha coming very soon. Timmy, thank you for being here. We surely do it again. You invited anytime, whenever you want.
Awesome. Thanks so
Okay.
much, Don. Yeah, this has been awesome. We will definitely be in touch. And yeah, I think we got to touch on a lot of good stuff today. And for anyone watching in the audience and you yourself too, Don, I would really appreciate it if when you guys get time, just take a look at the proposal. It's pinned on my Twitter, top of the feed, and just like give honest feedback. Like totally. If you want to push back, that's great. That's stuff we can learn from. If you're in support, please be vocal about that. The only thing we discourage is just people not engaging at all because this matters for everyone. Like we think Interchain Info is what will enable mass adoption in the next bull run. I don't think it'll be DYDX. I don't think it'll be the next NFT platform. It'll be something that makes the cosmos accessible and fun to the masses.
Yeah. Okay. We need to do that, people. Go check the proposal. So yeah, thank you. And we
Awesome.
can
All right, thanks,
bye-bye.
Don.